So I finished doing my increases on my Lake Placid sweater, so now it's time to start the color work. So again, we're here where it says work pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, then main pattern. Begin each size as shown on graph, work to marker, then begin again as shown to make patterns so front and back are symmetrical. Just as a refresher, we read color work charts from the right to the left and from the bottom to the top, and along here where each size and the arrow are is where it is talking about when it says to begin, where it's marked on the graph. I'm going to try to explain why each size is marked where it is. It might not make complete sense, but I'm hoping that it does. You can see that even though this chart is 30 stitches wide, it's built up of 3 10-stitch repeats. Each size is marked where it is because it's going to place this stitch here where it's pointing as the stitch at the center of your work on the front and the back. For example, I'm making size large, and if we look at the stitch count, we can see that I'm working on 151 stitches. So since this is a 10-stitch repeat, I'm going to have 15 repeats of these 10 stitches. And in order to make this stitch the center, there's going to be one extra stitch at the end so that there's an odd number for this to be the center. A reminder that these 151 stitches is to the halfway point. So I'm going to repeat the same thing again once I reach the halfway point. And again, from the halfway point back to the beginning of the round, it will be 15 repeats of this 10-stitch pattern, and then one extra stitch at the end to make this the center. I'm going to walk through 1 or 2 more of these sizes just to hopefully make it make sense, but let's see. I'll start by explaining size extra small. You can see that there's 1 stitch between the extra small starting point and then the start of a repeat of this pattern. Size extra small has 133 stitches, which means that there's going to be 13 repeats of the pattern, and you're going to have your 1 stitch at the beginning, and then you're going to have 2 stitches at the end so that one of those stitches matches the beginning stitch, and then the other stitch centers the center stitch. Let's say we look at size medium next. You can see that there's 8 stitches between where the medium starts and where the repeat is. We can see size medium has 147 stitches. We're using 8 stitches at the beginning. Then there will be 13 repeats of the pattern. And then there will be 9 stitches left at the end to match the 8 stitches at the beginning plus 1 to center the center stitch.